You can make this bread by hand too. It'll just take some muscle. Oh, thank God I have none of that. So what are we gonna do for Never Have I Ever this week? I'm gonna make bread. I know I'm like 3,007 years late to this quarantine trend, but I really don't care. My family really likes bread. I'm okay with it. Like if somebody told me that like, oh, you're just never gonna eat bread again, I'd be like, okay. But there are a lot of people in my house who like bread, so I thought today I would try it. And I'm a very amateur baker. I texted my friend because she's a foodie. She has a food account. I'll tag her. She's amazing. Please go follow her. Her recipes are awesome. And I was just like, I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. So I Googled a very easy French bread recipe and I'm gonna try that now. Okay, in a bowl, dissolve yeast and sugar in 110 to 115 degree water. I'm sorry, let me whip out my water temperature. What does that even mean? I have never worked with yeast in my life. I did not know they came in little packets like this. I mixed lukewarm water with hot water. Is that crazy? Oh, there are important tips on the thing. Keep your yeast alive. Did you know yeast is a living organism? Liquids that are too hot can kill your yeast. Use a thermometer to ensure liquids are in your recipes. Oh my God, is this why? Or in between 100 to 110 degrees? Also, be sure to check the expiration date. Since I'm like totally late to the quarantine bread trend, I thought I would also talk about something that I'm late to. The Circle on Netflix. I've only watched season 1. Whoa, that is a weird smell. Oh my God, why does it smell like that? I don't know how to describe that smell. That is crazy. The Circle, I don't watch reality TV. Like I cannot stress enough. I don't watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians or like The Bachelor, but for some reason I was just like, let me watch it. I was like, this is a pretty cool concept. So if you've never watched The Circle, basically it's a bunch of people who are sitting alone at home. Wow, am I on this show? Sitting alone in isolation in each of their apartments. And the only way that they communicate with other people is through like essentially dating profiles. 2 or 3 pictures, a terrible bio, and then like messages back and forth. And then there are some challenges that are facilitated by the show. All that's going through my mind right now is Joey's, yeah, buddy. You can either be real and like try to win as your authentic self or be a catfish. Some people were like, I'm insecure about the way I look, or like, you know, people make judgments about the way I look. A good example was like Sean. She felt that people were going to judge her because she was overweight and she was a plus size model. Another one was Karen, who I loved, and I was so upset to see her leave. Karen was so sweet. I never thought I would say that about a 37-year-old woman named Karen. Basically said that like people made snap judgments about her because people assume that she's like too hard or like too tough, but she's actually like a really big softie. So anyway, when they go through these challenges, they basically rank each other from like favorite to least favorite based on their interactions. And then the top people become influencers, which I don't know how I feel about that. It's not really an influencer. It's just a person who gets to decide who goes home. So those 2 people discuss and they're like,
hey, do you like so-and-so?
No, she's trash. Let's send her home.
I binge watched this whole thing all day yesterday. I really need to, I'm worried about my yeast now. Please don't quote me on that. Sugar. Okay, 1 tablespoon. Okay, it says dissolve. So does that mean like stir it in, or I just let it sit? I feel like bread is very temperamental. Like anytime I've watched people make bread, it seems very technical. Maybe that's just my being an amateur and thinking that like any wrong move is gonna mess up my bread, but kind of, right? Like I feel like any misstep is going to make it's giving off the funkiest smell. Is that like, I swear YouTube's gonna flag this video because I keep talking about how my yeast smells. I promise I'm talking about bread, okay? Anyway, The Circle. So before I get started, the reason I don't really like reality TV is because I feel weird talking about the characters because essentially they are real people. I feel strange being like, I didn't like this person, I hated blah blah blah, because that's a real person. And I understand reality shows are like edited and they facilitate conversations that you wouldn't have in real life, and they probably tell you what to say at some point. But you never know what's like a person's real personality based on the show. Wow, Joey was annoying in the beginning. He was just really loud and he was giving me like frat boy douche energy and I just did not like it. Second person I did not like, Alana. Or Elena? I think her name's Alana. I don't want to say she wasn't a good person. Her actions on the show were not good. She made a lot of missteps in the beginning. She made a group chat with the girls called like Skinny Queens, I guess. And I think it was Sammy who pointed out like, I don't really like that. What if one person in this group chat is plus size, which was a good point. I just think that she was very look-centered. And then she was like, oh, like, what else did she say? She was like, girls who stick together are pretty girls. That's pretty innocuous if you just type that in real life. Like if anybody said that, I'd be like, oh, like that's whatever. But I think that those two things really compounded to make the other players be like, I don't really. So I was not upset to see her go. But I think the funniest thing was that when she went to see Sammy, she was under the assumption that she got sent home because people thought she was too good to be true. I thought that was the funniest part. And I was like, no girl, they just don't like you. Okay, I really have to get back to my bread. In a bowl, dissolve yeast and sugar in warm water, add oil and salt, 2 tablespoons of olive or vegetable oil. 1 teaspoon of salt. Thank you. You know what I really hate in recipes where it's like, add 1/8 teaspoon. I'm like, who has that? And enough flour to make. What does that even mean? They said about 3 cups, so I'm gonna go with 3 cups. Also, what is the kneading process? I'm really scared about. Whoa! Why am I nervous about this? Do you know what this is like? Doing my channel, and this is the reason I am doing this, is I have anxiety, and I feel like all of this is making me, try different things. But I feel like Chidi Anagoni from The Good Place, I think they called it a constant low-grade dread. And I feel like that's me every time I film for this channel. It's not a bad thing, it's just odd. Oh my god, I'm scared to stick my hands in this. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so wet. Why? What was I talking about? The circle. So, I didn't like Alana. However, I did generally like the whole cast. They were really, really nice and wholesome. I never thought I'd say that about a reality show, and generally I don't feel that way about influencers on social media either. The cutest, oh my god, the cutest was Shubi, or Shivam. Like, as a person, he's so just genuine. You know what really proved that he was the most genuine person? Was when all the guys were like, fake texting about how beef they were and oh my god, let's do a push-up contest, like blah. He was the only one who did it and actually like was truthful about it, and I was just like, oh my god, Shubi, you're so cute. I was honestly so mad that he didn't win. Joey did grow on me, and I do agree that he was just very honest, and he was really friendly. Like, he's like a bro, like he's just like a very friendly guy, and I get that. But Shubi was just so genuine the entire time. I think they did him dirty. Like, I feel like he should have won. I feel like another one who I was really rooting for was Chris. Him and his mom, like, I just felt like that was a very genuine story. I forgot milk. Is this a faulty recipe? They said in the ingredients list that I needed 2 tablespoons of milk, but then they never said when to put it in the instructions. I'm gonna add it now because this is so dry. If this doesn't work, I'm going to put more water because like the bottom of it is just like missing liquid. Anyway, who else did I want to talk about? Rebecca, aka Seaburn, I think his name was. Definitely liked Seaburn as a person. Him and his girlfriend's relationship was so cute. He was really funny, like just as a person, and I understand he was like catfishing as his girlfriend. And I think his formula was like pretty girl on social media, duh. Like, which absolutely has merit. Like, come on, pretty privilege is absolutely a thing on social media. I just wish he kind of played it as himself. Also, I thought it was so funny how he couldn't say the word period. He kept calling it Mother Nature. Like, just say the word. It's not bad. You know what? I take back what I said before. If somebody told me I couldn't eat bread again, do you know what I would miss? Not like a baguette or anything, but biscuits. Oh my god, I love biscuits. They are so good, especially the ones that like peel apart layer by layer. Oh, you could not get me to get rid of that for my life. Oh, Alex. Alex was posing as Adam, a super buff, dog-loving, too perfect human. He explained it like this. He said, I've been with my wife for 11 years, and so I'm really bad at flirting. But it wasn't even that he was bad at flirting. It was just that he was so aggressive. I think this is what he thinks an alpha male, super douche, good-looking guy sounds like. And yikes. I don't know. I wish he would have just been cat-loving, Birkenstock-wearing Alex. He just gave me really weird vibes, and I don't know if it was because he was trying to channel what he thought a popular guy would be like, or if because he's super creepy. Couldn't tell. And when we got to the final 5, like the final 5 people, I was genuinely happy with all of them. They were just very nice to each other. I thought it was gonna be more catty because once you get to the final, you know, it starts to get like your friends are now your rivals actually. But I was very surprised how classy they all stayed. They very much stayed together and I like that. So I was thinking maybe to react to season 2 because I binge watched season 1 so fast. I was thinking, do you guys want me to react to season 2? Let me know. Also, what are your thoughts on season 1 and everybody in it and who won? What does kneading mean?
Just keep kneading like this,
With my what?
Yes. Roll it, keep on rolling. Rolling knead and then flap again.
Am I supposed to punch it? Okay, this is getting more and more work. Why do people do arm workouts? Just make bread.
Why are you making bread?
Because I wanted to. I have never made bread.
Never have I ever.
Yeah. I put Pam in this. Now it says to turn it once over.
That's it.
Oh, no.
You have to make it a ball.
What? It said to flatten it.
Oh, okay.
Do I have to make it a ball?
No, that's fine, if that's what it says.
You know what? I trust Utta Knitting more than the rest of you, so I'm good. And she's yelling at me, so I'm gonna put it in a ball.
That's good enough. It might not be rising.
Oh my god, Utta Knitting. Forget it! Bread is hard! Don't make it.
That's what you learned this whole time.
Yeah, I learned that bread is hard. Just buy it from Wegmans, okay? This isn't worth it. She is rising now, I hope. Does anybody know an incantation to make bread rise? I could really use that right now. So we're gonna leave her here for like an hour and a half. And then come back to her and hopefully she is risen. She is. She got so fluffy. That's so cute. I'm gonna just do parchment paper because I'm lazy.
To me, it's like wheat bread, normal wheat bread slices, and regular white bread slices. There's no difference.
Oh, you're lying. That doesn't taste as good though, Dad. Well, then you don't really eat bread. What kind of Italian are you?
Mother's Day is May 9th.
The fact that, oh my god, whoa! Oh my god! Oh my god!
He almost died over there. He's not even eating anything.
Why does this look like the pretzel from Auntie Anne's before they roll it out? You know what I mean? I need to make it clear that I know this is bad. Like, I know that this isn't good and this isn't what it's supposed to be, but here we are. So I'm gonna make the most of it. Is this a slash? Why isn't, maybe it'll fully expand in the oven, but that looks weird to me. Okay, ignore her. She's cute! Look how cute it is! Oh my god, it actually came out really cute and fluffy. Does it taste like bread?
Is it good? Yeah.
It is?
When I go out of my way to eat it, no.
Here's the thing, right? I was pretty pleasantly surprised with how fluffy and how good my bread tasted, but I could not stand the fact that my bread slats, that's right, the little tiny cuts in my bread didn't expand like they were supposed to. So I asked my friend who's like an actual foodie, and she said one or two things could be wrong. She said You could have made the cuts too deep, or your recipe kind of sucks. And rather than admitting that maybe I cut the bread slats a little too deep, I'm gonna go with the fact that maybe I need a better recipe or a different technique. So she gave me one, which is relatively new, so we're gonna go through that now, and I'm gonna try this one more time. If my bread slats do not expand, I will take full responsibility. I will say that yes, you know, I made a mistake. I don't want to bash on the other recipe. I think it tasted so good. I'm just picky and I just wanted to look aesthetically pleasing. This one's a little more involved, and I think that's why she was like, maybe you could try this technique because it does require a few extra steps. Bless you. This is what it's supposed to look like, okay? Look at that placement with the vegetables behind it. And you see, this is what I'm talking about. The slats right here, like, I want it to spread out. Mine just kind of stayed the way I cut them, and I don't like that. So we're gonna try it again. This has a why choose this recipe section. Yes! Pitch me that recipe. Okay, here are the things. It says, tastes better than what you can buy at the store. Wow, that's a bold claim, okay? Has a golden brown, chewy, crusty crust with a light, fluffy center. Can be made into bread bowls for soup. I feel like that last one could apply to any bread though. I don't think that's like specific to just this recipe. That's just kind of the way bread bowls work. If I had a why choose this YouTube channel section, I think I'm pleasant, and I also am crusty on the outside with a light, fluffy center. So dissolve the yeast in sugar and warm water. Okay, so this starts kind of like the first one. So we're gonna do 2.5 cups of warm water. Dissolve the yeast in sugar. Okay, so I'm guessing this is 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast. How much is in this? Oh, 1 packet equals 2 1/4 teaspoons. Oh, now I have to do conversions? Are you kidding? 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast. 3 of these? No, like 2. I'm gonna use 2 of these. Somebody's screaming at me in the comments, I can hear it, but I'm just gonna do 2 because I don't want to open a 3rd one. Okay, maybe I should do 3. I'll do 3. Mildly swampy. And then the second it'll be foamy. That's great. Okay, next step. $11, come on, we're almost there. $12, this recipe requires a lot of resources, like a lot. I just washed my hands, so now we're gonna knead this all together. You can use a stand mixer according to the recipe, but I'm only gonna do it with my hands because the placement of my stand mixer is not conducive to the camera, so that's the only reason I'm gonna use my hands. Oh my god, this is... I know this is a never have I ever, and like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's my first time trying to make bread. But I still do want to like try and be good at it. It's not like I'm just trying to like try it one time and then never again. When I do never have I evers, my goal is mostly to incorporate them into my life. That's why when I do certain things, they usually take a long time. Like I'm filming a never have I ever, and it took me 5 weeks to get to the point where I was done with it. I don't want to just try something once and then never do it again, because kind of what's the point in that? I mean, I get it if you don't like it, but like, I'm trying to add new things and try new things. Wow, she really wasn't kidding. This does require muscle. My arms are like the weakest parts of my body. If you told me that I had to knead dough with my thighs, oh, crush it. I'd be so good at it. Should I plop it? Plop. This isn't part of the recipe. They did say to cover it, but the fact that I wet it was something that my aunt told me to do because she said it keeps moisture in. Yeah, we're just gonna let her chill. I'm gonna put a timer on for every 10 minutes to knead it. Oh boy, okay. So once again, my dough is sunbathing. I'm real scared, so we're just gonna do a reveal and I'm gonna yank this off, okay? 1, 2, 3. Oh my god! Why is it so big? That is crazy. Oh my god. my slashes. I'm a little scared. You want to try?
Yes, I'll try like this.
My ate nining will show me.
Like that.
Why are you making that sound at me?
It's fine.
It's gonna go in for 25 minutes. Whoa. Y'all, look how good it looks. Okay, I'm actually, okay. You can tell that this is ate nining's slat. This is my slat.
Yeah.
But it looks so good. Look at the dough. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so pretty. Oh.
See, it didn't stick, Jolie.
Put some butter on it. We're just gonna have a bite, okay? That is insanely good. Thank you, Christine, for giving me this recipe. And thank you to the woman who made this. This is so good. Oh my god. That is the end of this video. Never again can I say, never have I ever made bread. Making bread was actually very therapeutic. I like it so much better than, don't make slime, okay? Just make bread because then you can eat something afterward. Also, let me know what you think about The Circle and if you're watching Circle Season 2. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Wish you could make a classic loaf of crusty French bread at home? You can. And it's actually pretty easy. Follow my step-by-step instructions with pictures and enjoy a hot loaf of this soft bread with a crusty crust from your, why does she keep saying that? A crusty crust.